Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. In this episode of Cycling Insider, I want to talk about the 2019 Canyon Ultimate bike, which I find extremely interesting, and again, Canyon has outdone themselves with the price of this bike and the equipment. So as you have noticed already, I've done few videos about the Canyon bikes for 2019, and those two previous videos were about Canyon Endurace range, which is their endurance range, more relaxed. But now I've noticed that Canyon has released their Ultimate range, and this time I'm going to talk about the Ultimate CF SL Disc 8 in the Di2 version. So the Canyon's Ultimate range is all about the lightweight bikes. They are climbing bikes and I would say proper racing bikes with a bit more sharper geometry than their Endurace. So if I look on the Canyon's website of UK, and specifically their Ultimate CF SL Disc 8.0, the first thing that you notice is the price of the bike. And what's fascinating about this bike is that Canyon has managed to produce this kind of a bike with the equipment I'm gonna explain soon for 2,999 British pounds, so let's call it 3,000 British pounds. And also you have to add on this the costs of the shipment and the bike box, which is I think about 40 something British pounds. But it's absolutely incredible price, and from the things I've seen so far, Canyon is way ahead the competition when it comes to the price and quality and equipment of the bikes they offer. They might have the competition from their own range of Endurace, because quickly if I jump to the Endurace on the Canyon's website, so again this is the Endurace CF SL Disc 8.0, so the Endurace bike with the same equipment is 2,899 British pounds, so it's basically 100 pounds cheaper than the Canyon's Ultimate range. So you really have a sweet choice between these two bikes and two different geometries. And the only competition I see currently out there comes from the Giant and the Giant's 2019 range, because Giant is the similar price range, but it has a bit of advantage because it comes with the Giant's own power meter. Still, there is no reviews of the Giant power meter, so we don't know what's the accuracy of that power meter, but let's see. So I want to focus on the Ultimate CF SL. SL range in Canyon is the one level below the top class bikes of the SLX range. But for any, how would I say, rider who is not a professional, you can't feel the difference. Absolutely you can't. So let's see why I consider this bike as one of the best buys of the season so far. First of all, I'm going to give my own comment about the color. This is they call it the Stage Race Blue. It's classic blue and white, kind of metallic blue. Looks absolutely stunning on this bike, because if you quickly switch to their stealth mode, for me it's just boring and it doesn't do any good to the bike. So let's dive into the components and let's see what it comes with. First of all, let's talk about the frame. Frame is the Canyon's Ultimate CF SL disc frame. So as I said, the SL range of carbon fibers is just one level below the top range of SLX. They still haven't offered here the kind of link to check what's the weight of the frame, but I'm guessing it's way below 1,000 grams. Probably we are speaking something around 900 grams. Speaking about the fork, it's the Canyon's carbon fiber fork, and this is again their SL range of forks, so full carbon fiber fork. Rear mech and front mech are both Shimano Ultegra 11 speed. And quickly checking the shifters, also Shimano Ultegra Di2 11 speed, so we have a full electronic Shimano Ultegra group set, which I consider now to be really the standard, and you shouldn't even bother with buying any mechanical group sets. I think you should move forward to the electronic group sets. Moving on to the brakes, we have Shimano's Ultegra disc brakes, so hydraulic disc brakes. And I'm just checking now to see these come with the Shimano's I-Stack rotors, so for the better cooling, and also 160mm rotors front and back, which is always a brilliant touch from Canyon, so they don't cut corners here with the 40mm rotors. Cassette, again, Shimano Ultegra cassette, 11 speed. This one is the 1130 cassette. So you will have to put a bit more power in climbing some really steep hills, because on the Endurace range you have the cassettes of 32 or 34 range, so it's a bit more easier than on the Ultimate range. Wheel set we have from the DT Swiss. This is their P1800, so that's an aluminum wheel set, 23mm deep, and the total weight of the wheel set, if I'm not wrong, I think I saw it in the highlights, yes, is 1675 grams, both wheels. And also these wheels come with the 12mm front and rear axles, so the stiffness is going to be excellent. Tires, here we are speaking about the Continental Grand Prix 4000 S tires. These are currently the best tires on the market you can get, and these are in the 25mm width. Moving on to the cranks, we have Shimano's Ultegra 11-speed cranks, and the chainrings are 52-36, so again we have a bit of compact chainrings, which is always good in my opinion, because it really makes your life easier when you climb the steep mountains. Chain is Shimano's HG 601, that's the Ultegra level of the chain. And we have the cockpit, which is the Canyon's Aero Cockpit carbon fiber, which is a very, very nice touch. I'm just noticing this now. And the saddle comes from Physique Antares, but since saddles are a personal preference, you might want to change this. Seat post, again, Canyon's nice touch of the carbon fiber seat post, and we are speaking here about the 27.2mm width of the seat post, so it's definitely going to soak up a lot of road bumps. So you're going to have a smooth ride. In total, bike weight is 7.5 kilograms in size medium, which I find absolutely stunning, because when you think about it, the professional bikes are limited to 6.7 kilograms. And you can buy a bike for 3,000 pounds, which is, in this case, in size medium, 7.5 kilograms. Absolutely stunning. So just to conclude, this year Canyon is really leading the way. I don't see any competition yet, because just looking at this ultimate bike, CFSL Disc 8.0, it comes with the carbon fiber frame and the carbon fiber fork. We have the full Shimano Ultegra electronic group set, so from the shifters, front mech, rear mech, that's an 11-speed group set. We also have the chain rings, which are Shimano Ultegra, and we have the cassette, which is Shimano Ultegra. Brakes are provided again by Shimano Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes with 160mm rotors front and back. And the wheel set comes from DT Swiss, their aluminum wheel set, P1800, which is about 1,700 grams in total. And also the bike comes with the carbon fiber cockpit and also the carbon fiber seat post. So for the price of £2,999 plus the delivery, which is going to be about £50, absolutely stunning price and absolutely one of the best buys currently. And as I mentioned, the only competition for now comes from the same stable. Basically, it's the Canyon's Endurace, so you have a sweet choice between more racy-oriented bikes and more endurance-oriented bikes. So I think this is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, please do subscribe, and I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!